Are you ready to be part of a journey of inspiration and connection? Do you have a goosebump tingling tale that shook your world? Share your story here on Divinely Connected. I, your host and medium, Ange McClellan, know the power that our words and experience hold. By sharing our stories of intuition, connection, and synchronicity, it validates and allows others to trust in theirs. We have started a new series, Storytime Sunday, where I will be featuring and sharing your words and hope that they bring comfort and confidence to our listeners. If you have an experience you want to share, head over to angemcclellan.com/share your story. Hi, it's Angela, and I'm here with another amazing Storytime Sunday. Now, Samantha wrote in, I have connected with Samantha in my Messages from Spirit live events here locally in the Cape Breton area. And I feel like the story that she submitted today for us, there's so many lessons and teachable moments that I am really excited to share with you. So let's get into it. Samantha writes, it was quite a long story, but short version. My brother has been in an accident and was missing for 5 days. And of course, to report a missing person, you have to wait 24 hours. However, the family did what we could to cover as much of the north side and Sydney areas as we can without any luck of finding him or his bike. One evening, I had this really gut wrenching feeling as I was getting ready to leave with my cousin to do our part in his search. While driving down Pointaconey Road, my eyes just wandered along the shoreline the whole way down. We drove this road 2 to 3 times each time, and I found myself always focusing on this little gully area that I couldn't see the shoreline. I dismissed it. I failed to listen to my inner self. 5 days later, my brother was found on the other side of that gully that I couldn't see the shoreline. I wish and I prayed to this day that I had known what that feeling meant. Maybe he would be here today. But after seeing Ange and receiving messages from Spirit, I became okay with his passing because Ange said something that really made sense. We don't die on accident. We die from accidents, but not by accident. We go when it's our time to go. No matter if it was that day or if I would have found him, if this was his time, this was his time to have happiness and no pain. And I never in my life was able to thank her for passing that on to me. Ange got me unstuck. I'll be forever grateful. My boyfriend calls me a jinx because I have talked to him about him being pulled over, in Truro or in North Sydney, and both times pulled over for the reason I was joking about. And I'd love to understand so much more as I take it as it comes. And this is something that you're going to grieve the loss of your brother for the rest of your life. But the healing is a different experience. And understanding that we only go when it's our time, even if we disagree with how it comes about, allows you to move into the healing versus being stuck like Samantha said. And what really stuck out as I was reviewing the stories for today is I had a conversation with a client that I mentored just last night about how I had the feeling, but I did not listen. Right? And when we don't know, you don't know. But just like Samantha and just like Sharon last night, you will never not listen again because now you do know. And in this midst of tragedy, it's a teacher. It's teaching you how to hear your intuition. And that this experience, if you were meant to find him and to save him, you would have. That's not what that moment was for Samantha. They were using this as an opportunity to start her spiritual growth. And oftentimes, having such a significant loss throws us, or even better words, breaks us wide open to start our own spiritual journey. And now moving forward, she has this memory burned into her mind that when the next time she gets this unexplainable urge or unexplainable being drawn to a person or an area or a solution or a direction, you're going to go, I know this feeling now. That moment has forever changed her. And in all of the devastation that comes from losing your sibling and having a tragedy and having so many variables, and that's what I notice and what I do. The variables of all the ways that this could have been prevented or didn't happen is what steals our healing. And so, in the throes of the heartbreak and the devastation, they're also using this as an opportunity to grow as a soul and to heal as a soul and to grow and welcome your spiritual self into your life. And it will come as it comes in. And this is something that I am so passionate about, is that we are all naturally intuitive. We are born with intuition. We haven't been conditioned or supported in how to trust it, right? And how to listen to it and how to understand it. But not only certain people get to be intuitive, only special people get to be intuitive. That's not true. Everyone is intuitive. And because we are in this mass consciousness awakening where we are leaning into our true soul selves and we are learning to trust in our own senses, there's always opportunities, there's always pinpoints in our experience that we will not forget. And I remember recalling earlier in my path and receiving something intuitively and not trusting it and brushing it off and then living to regret that. And I swore in that moment, I'm always going to trust it no matter if I feel foolish. Because there are those experiences that stick with you, right? It sticks with you, and this is going to stick with Samantha. And it's not for you to hold regret, because like your brother said before, he was already safe on the other side. It was a teachable moment for you to take that lesson with you forward as you continue living this life and learning and growing and expanding in the ways that you were meant to. And so if you're tuning in and you've had a similar experience where you had that hunch, we had that all knowing, we maybe had that deal note, or maybe we just knew, or maybe we were drawn to a certain situation or experience and we didn't listen, and then we live to regret it. We all have done it, right? Know that that is teachable moments. They're experiences where you're learning and growing and expanding. And it's not meant for you to hold regret or punish yourself. Because if you were meant to get it on the first shot or follow that path, you would have. The intention of you having that experience is to teach you your own natural intuition. And so we take the lessons, and like I love me some Maya Angelou with her quote, you do the best that you can. And when you know better, you do better. And Samantha is doing better. All right, I'm going to leave that with you. I hope that you have a wonderful Sunday. Don't forget to come back for the weekly guidance and the daily deep dives tomorrow. Thank you for joining me on this journey of connection and love. As we conclude another episode, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you. To be able to do this work, it is a profound privilege for me. I have learned so much through my connections with you in spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your spiritual journey. And thank you for being a part of mine. Remember, the connections with your departed loved ones are timeless and eternal. May the messages shared here bring you comfort, healing, and a renewed sense of hope. I'll leave that with you. May you walk in the light of love and know that you are always divinely connected. I am Angela McClellan, your host and medium, sending you light and love always.